Dakar has always given us some stunning scenery. It's reminded us of just how spectacular our planet is, and that's something that we really must be mindful of. Andre Lenoble, he's taken this into account, and he says, if we want to keep on riding through these wonderful landscapes, then we need to preserve them. We need to have a responsible attitude. Now he's running with 35 litres on a mix of ethanol and fuel, a renewable source of fuel coming from sugarcane. It's already massive in South America, but not so much in Europe. The ethanol allows us to use non-fossil fuels, a renewable fuel, a fuel that can reduce the effect on the ozone layer by up to 80%. It's getting better for us as the others have seen that this bike is quick and it's competitive, so this idea really is a reality. Also on four wheels, there is a team of two cars from Chile running on natural gas. They can switch between petrol and gas, and they are in the rally to promote the use of natural gas in Chile. If we compete with these two cars, it's to give the important support to our country, Chile, to use this gas fuel. It's going to be important for us as an alternative fuel. You can find it in many countries all over the world, and it can now be used in many vehicles. Biofuels is nothing new in the world of motorsport. Audi and Peugeot, they've won Le Mans with a biofuel diesel mix. But elsewhere in the bivouac on the Dakar, Billy Jobar has another further step forward to make with his KTM. He's using hydrogen as a fuel. Radical stuff. When I accelerate, bubbles go into the water tank, and it's this humid air that's then heated by the exhaust, because we need a temperature of 400 degrees Celsius, and from there the hydrogen gas goes straight into the cylinder. We believe this is a world first on this year's Dakar. Maybe it's a glimpse of the future. I won't give you the ecological spiel, but what I will say is that everyone can work on this. This kind of technology can be installed on any vehicle. It lowers the pollution a little, but if we all come together with it, then there is a bigger gain. New technology as the Dakar turns green. Stage 4 of the 2010 Argentina-Chile Dakar. We move from Fiambala over the top of the Andes and approaching a height on the road section of nearly 5,000 meters high. But down there on the stages, this is an onboard sequence that we've put together for you. On board with Christoph Holovic, Jean-Marc Fortin, with their Nissan screaming away underneath the bonnets. Orlando Terranova, Pascal Maimon calling the notes. Carlos Souza from Portugal in his, now petrol-powered, Mitsubishi. Just gives you some idea of the battering that these crews go through whilst on the Dakar and the sheer physical effort involved. It's not just a case of sitting on your backside.
Very soft.
Very soft, huh?
Yeah, but it's good we put the pressure.
Yeah.
Now Stefan Pederhansel was victorious on the stage 24 hours earlier. That was stage 3. Here on stage 4, he really got his foot down. He was the first car to leave the line once they had crossed over the top of the Andes and into Chile. And he did so well at doing that with the highly developed BMW X3. Stefan Pederhansel running through the stage, not quite being able to win it, but continuing to lead in the overall standings. A healthy lead indeed for Pederhansel. Is he knocking on the door of Dakar victory number 10? The Green Lake at the top of the Andes over the pass, a simply breathtaking view. Nasser Al-Attiyah from Qatar rattled through the stage, some 2.5 minutes off Pederhansel, but Al-Attiyah still just 10 minutes off the lead in the overall standings. But what can Robbie Gordon do? The answer to that is, well, he's been victorious. He's won the stage today by just 1 second ahead of Stefan Petterhansel. He had a navigational error yesterday and some tyre problems, but those are all behind him. The NASCAR driver, who is so versatile, being victorious on this stage 4. Next up, Carlos Sainz, again playing it steady. He stays in second in the overall standings. Mark Miller, he's used to this kind of heat. He comes from Arizona and he's still in 4th overall. Trouble is, he got caught on the top of a dune, but that was soon rectified in no time at all. South African co-driver Ralph Pitchford doing the honours, getting a mouthful of sand, but soon on his way. Miller may have lost 6 minutes today, but he's in touch and he's safe. Alfie Cox, another South African, but this time on the other side of the car. The former KTM Works rider is doing a superlative job. He's really giving it quite some bosh out there. Cox, 7th coming into today's stage, and by our reckoning at the point of the broadcast, he's up to 5th in the overall standings. Superb. Carlos Sousa from Portugal came into the stage 6th overall, and Sousa has actually lost a position with his JMB Stradale Mitsubishi. The 2 Nissans of Cox and Holovic have leapt ahead of him. Guilherme Spinelli, the Brazilian, new to the squad, he also had a good run, rattling through the stage in short order. Gerland Schischerit got the camel grass deflector at the front of the BMW, and he, with co-driver Tina Turner, finding their way through the world's driest desert. Schischerit well down in the overall standings, but on the stage he was 11th today, just losing out to eventual victor Robbie Gordon by just 12 minutes. Stage 4, and a victorious one for Robbie Gordon. Stefan Petterhansel beaten by just 1 second. How close was that? Alatia, Sainz and De Villiers recovering from yesterday's disaster. Petterhansel leads overall by just over 7.5 from Sainz, Alatia. Miller 4th, Cox 5th.
The special was fast for us. Had some good cross grain and some camel grass, and the camel grass is where the Hummer's good. It eats it, and it's a good run for us today. I'm glad that we could recover a little bit from what happened yesterday. I got stuck twice yesterday, and we overheated, so we lost an hour. Unfortunate, but it's still a long race. We're only 4 days into this.
Petterhansel saying it wasn't easy to navigate in some parts of the stage, but we did well. Jean-Paul, my co-driver, did a superb job on the navigation. We stopped a couple of times in the rock field where we thought we were going slow, but apparently we've done well.
We stopped 3 times, and during the stage, and just we put more air in the tires because this was we slow punctures we have, and we decided we don't fix the spares. And last 100k, 3 times, we stop, we cross Carlos, and we stop again. We cross Carlos, we stop again, we put air, but last 30k I said just I will drive, until finish. But we lose a lot of times, but it's okay. I am quite happy.
The trucks have left Argentina now, and they're into Chile, into the Atacama Desert. Firdaus Kabirov trying to keep ahead of his teammate Vladimir Shigin. Vladimir Shigin, who rocked up yesterday into the bivouac with his 50th Dakar stage victory and continuing lights are blazing today. It's his 40th birthday. Many happy returns. Although all is fair in love and war out there between 2 teammates. And leading on the stage, it was actually Shigin, the birthday boy, who was nearly 7 minutes ahead of Kabirov as they made the charge through to Copiapo. Chagin eventually being the victor by just 7 3/4 minutes ahead of Kabirov. So it's now his 51st stage victory. Marcel van Vliet, the Dutchman, with his truck, managed to get his way through the stage pretty safely. The GNAF Rally Power was 17 minutes off towards the end of the stage. Wout van Ginkel, another Dutchman, he also in touch with his fellow countrymen, but the run through giving these trucks an idea of what lies ahead into Chile. Stage 5 is next up. We move further north in the Atacama Desert from Copiapo to Antofagasta. A massive stage, 483 kilometers, Antofagasta on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. But before everybody gets there, they've got one hell of a mountain to climb before they think of even getting to the beach. Join us for more Dakar action next time.